Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to get access to all media files like photos, audio, video file in Godot game engine via an Android plugin. So we will be creating an Android plugin to get access to all audio, video and photos in an Android application via the Godot game engine. So yeah, let's see how to do this. So now here you can see I have just one button called pick media. Sorry, the font size is small. Now once I call this pick media, it will ask me for my permission of accessing all the media. Once I give it, I'm sending all the data back to Godot side from our native Android side. Now I'm not playing that particular thing inside a video or displaying the photo inside a inside an image view or a texture or playing the audio. You can do that by yourself, but I'm the important thing is I'm sending you back the URI from native Android side to Godot side, and you are feel free to use however you feel like. So I'll just click on this particular button, pick media, and again I'm mirroring my device so the output is little laggy, just bear with me. I'll click on allow, and here you can see inside my label, again the label font size is very small, but if you see carefully, I'm sending the URI back, I'm sending the name back, and I'm also sending the type back. So with the help of type you can recognize whether it is a video, audio or a photo, and with the help of name if you want to display it, and with the help of URI you can either play the video or audio or display the image inside an image texture or whatever you feel like. So yeah, that's what this is. Now while sending the data, so it is an array of this. Yeah, sorry, like I was saying, this is an array of custom type called media file, which I will show you later on. So if I just show it to you, this is the data class which I'm sending it back. I'm converting this array of or a list of media file to a string while sending it to Godot side. So you will have to convert it back to a list on Godot side to access it, or feel free to use however you feel like. But yeah, again I have lot of data and the text is truncating out of the screen. I am sure you can make the text wrap or the label wrap, but yeah, that's not the point of this tutorial. So hopefully you got the point. Yeah, let's see. Again, like I mentioned, each and every item of the list will have an list or array, whatever you call it, a URI, a name, as well as a type to differentiate whether it is a video, audio or photo, and URI to actually play the video or display the photo, whatever you feel like, and name to just as a placeholder for the user. Anyways, let's get started. If you want, you can refer to this particular documentation which is from the Godot side, Godot documentation of building an V2 plugin, but I have created a cheat sheet for myself, so I will be following that. So first you will obviously need Android Studio for this, so make sure you install Android Studio. Once you have installed Android Studio, so just create a project. So here you can see I have already created a project. So to create a project you can just do file, new project, and here you can name it whatever you like. Select this empties activity or this empty views activity. I have selected this empty views, but yeah, even if you select this doesn't really matter. Then just click on next, give some name, okay, and then click on finish. Now this will take a little bit of time because of the Gradle syncing and it needs to do some setup, so yeah, be patient. Once your project is completed, you should see something like this without this my library folder. It will be, if you are not able to see this, just make sure you are inside this Android drop down, and you should see this app as well as this Gradle scripts. Once that is done, you can just right click, new module, select Android library, and here you can just name it as my library or whatever name you want to give. I have given it as my library, and then again just click on finish. Again, I already have this my library, that's why it is not enabling the finish button for me, but you can just click on finish. Again, it will take a little bit of time for the Gradle syncing to finish. Now at the point of recording this video, I am using Godot 4.3.0. so what the first thing, once everything Gradle syncing is done for your Android project, you just have to open this, go to build.gradle.kts of your library, scroll down, and here you can just add this particular library, Godot 4.3.0, because I'm using that version. If you're using higher version, make sure you update this to 4.4.0 or 5.0, whatever it is. Again, this warning is because it is telling me to use this version catalog. This is not really necessary. I will just keep using it like this. Once you have added this particular thing, also make sure you update the compile SDK to 35 over here. And once you update it, if there is some higher version 36, 37 available, make sure you update that as well. I know Godot 4.3.0 only supports still target SDK 34, but this is fine. We can be future proof on our plugin code, so we don't have to worry about it whatever Godot version is using internally for Android. And I think Godot 4.4.0 will obviously target SDK 35 of Android. Once you do this, you will also have to go to this build.gradle.kts of your app, change this compile SDK to 35, target SDK to 35 as well. And here you will see a sync now button instead of this open button. Just click on that sync now and it will download all the Android dependencies for you. So basically it will update the compile target SDK to 35 and it will also download this particular thing. Okay, once this is done, I'll just close this. You will have to go to my library, go to Kotlin plus Java, and in the first folder you will have to create a Kotlin file. Just right click, new Kotlin class file, and name it as Godot Android plugin. Again, you will have to create two more Kotlin files, media file and media type. Again, just right click, new Kotlin file, name it as media file, and again do the same thing, name it as media type. So here you will have three Kotlin files. First, let's go to media type. Here you can see I have created one enum just to differentiate between whether once we get all the data, whether it is an image, video or audio. That's why I have defined this enum. Then I have this media file, which is a data class. So data class is basically like POJOs in Java. We don't have to define getters and setters for them in Kotlin. And here it takes a URI, it takes a name, as well as it takes a media type as well. So yeah, that's how you can use a data class. Then here I have this Godot Android plugin. So firstly, these are all the imports. I'll just remove this import. So these are all the imports. Maybe you can copy all the imports if you want to. Then here we are creating a class called Godot Android plugin, which extends from Godot plugin, and here we have defined all the permissions which we require. Now if we are using Android T and above, then we require the read media audio, read media images, and read media video as well. But if you are using some lower version, then we just require the read external storage permission. I have also defined this request permission code, which I will come back later on. Here we are overriding this method to give our plugin some name. I have given it just as my plugin, but feel free to change the name to whatever you feel like, but yeah, it's up to you. Then here I have defined a method called getAllFiles, and it is annotated by @ used by Godot. So this method we will be calling from Godot side. And here we are just requesting first for permission, just to check whether we have the permission or not. If we don't have permission, we'll request for permission. If we already have permission, we'll just send the data back to the user. Okay, so that's what we are doing over here, and here we are using this permission request code. Now we have to override this method called on main request permission result. So once you call this, the callback will come over here. We are checking if the request code matches and if we have all the permission requested, because we are requesting for multiple permissions if user is using Android T, right? That's why we are checking something like this. Once we have all the permission, then I call this method called getAllMedia file, which I have defined below. I will show you shortly. And once I have all the files, here you can see I have it gives it as a list of media files. So I'm converting it to an array and I'm sending it back to Godot side. So this is my signal, and if I just show it to you, here you can see we are overriding this particular method, and this is the signal name which I have defined. So you will have to use the same thing over here as well. And in case of failure, I'm just displaying a toast message, but if you want, you can just use another signal to send it back to Godot side that okay, something went wrong, something like that. Similarly over here also I'm displaying a toast message. So this is overriding the method to define our signal, and this is our getAllMedia files. So here you can see I'm just using this skip query thing. If you are using SDK less than 32, then I'm just checking for this read permission. Okay, and if this is true, then just return empty list. But yeah, in our case we already have the permission, so we don't have to worry about it. And here I have defined a mutable list of media file, here I'm defining our query UI. So if if you are targeting HDK above 29, which is in our case is true, so we will be using this media store.files.get content URI media store.volume external. Otherwise you can use something like this. So that's what we are telling it. And then we create a projection array of, so I'm requesting for ID, display name and MIME type. Okay, once we define the projection, we just do content resolver.query, pass our query URI as well as projection. If you want to pass this selection argument as well as sort order, you can do that. I've just passed it as null. I'm not interested in that. Then we use this use cursor because it will automatically close our cursor. We don't have to worry about it. Then given that we were requesting ID, display name and MIME type over here, so same thing we are doing over here as well, ID, display name and MIME type. So we are getting all this data over here. Then I just do cursor dot move to next. Then I just get cursor dot get long, get our ID, then get our name, then get our MIME type. Once we have the name, we just do content URIs dot with appended ID, pass our query URI as well as the ID. And once, depending on what the media type starts with, I'm assigning the appropriate media type, okay, to our media type variable. And then once we have this content URI, this is the actual URI, so I'm just adding it to our list, something like this. So yeah, and just returning that media files back to the function. So yeah, that's it from the code side. Then you will have to go to the manifest, android manifest.xml, and firstly here you will have to define all this permission. So for older Android version, it requires the read external storage permission. For newer Android device, it requires read media audio, read media images, read media video. And I think from Android 15 we require this permission as well. We don't have to request for this permission programmatically like we did for all this permissions, but we need to define this inside our Android manifest. Okay, then here we define our application class. This is from Godot side, and we define this metadata. Now few things are important. So this should be your plugin name. In case if you forgot, it is what you have defined over here, and this should be your package name. Okay, in case if you forgot, this is your package name. So make sure you copy your own package name followed by the file name Godot Android plugin. Okay, once that is done, we can just go to the project drop down, and here inside our library you will have to create this folder. To create a folder, just right click, new directory, and give name as export underscore scripts underscore template. Once you create this folder, you can just right click, new file, give file name as export underscore plugin.gd, and do the same thing, create another file called plugin.cfg. So inside export underscore plugin.gd, here you can, now I have just copy pasted this code from the Godot documentation. So yeah, you can do the same thing. Only thing is, this should be your plugin name, rest everything will remain the same. So yeah, this is the entire code, which just be careful with the indentation. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Next, here I have created this plugin.cfg. again I have copy pasted it from the docs. So yeah, you can do the same thing. Only thing is, this should be your plugin name. Change the description author to whatever you feel like. Now you can just cd to your Android project. So I'll just go to where my Android project is located. So here is my Android project. I'll just cd to it, and then you will have to, I'll just clear everything out. Okay, and then you will have to run this command, this particular command /gradlew assemble. Now once you run it for the very first time, it will take a lot of time, so be patient. So I have already ran this previously. So once this command is successful, you will have to go to your Android project, go to your library, build, outputs, AR, and here you should see 2 AR files being generated. I have already cut pasted those files inside my Godot project, that's why you're not seeing it over here. But let this command finish, it will generate it again. So here you can see it has created 2 files. We need to copy this file inside our Godot project, which I will tell you later on. Now just create one Godot project using your Godot game engine. Once you do that, you just go to project, click on install Android build template. I have already done this. If you're doing it for the very first time, you will also have to download it, the Android build template. Again, that will take a little bit of time, so be patient. Then go to project, click on export, click add Android. I have already added it. Once you add it, here at the bottom you will see some red color error, and it will have a fix import button over here somewhere. Just click on that fix import button and it will automatically resolve itself. Then make sure you check this use Gradle build checkbox, and here you check this whatever device, Android device you are trying to run it on. If you don't know what architecture it is, just select all 4 of this. Okay, once that is done, just close. Then inside, so here is my, so I'll just open it in a new tab. So here is my Godot project, right? Inside your project, create a folder called add-ons. If you want, you can create it from the Godot editor as well. So here just create a folder called add-ons, then create a folder with your plugin name. This is important. Then create a folder called bin, and inside this plugin name folder you have to copy this 2 file, export and plugin.cfg, which we created inside our Android plugin. So just copy these 2 files. Then inside bin you have to create 2 folders, debug and release. Now inside the debug folder you will have to copy this debug AR file which has been generated inside our library. But once you copy it, make sure you rename it to whatever is your plugin name -debug.ar. Similarly for release folder as well, just copy this file release.ar, but rename it to whatever is your plugin name -release.ar. Okay, once that is done, you will have to go to project settings, go to plugins, and make sure you check this checkbox. If this is not visible, then there is definitely something wrong with your indentation of export underscore plugin.gt or plugin.cfg. Okay, once that is done, here you can see inside our screen I have just created one button and label. I have attached one script to it as well, and I have also attached the on pressed button of our button to our script, and here we have also drag and dropped our label to our Godot editor. So yeah, this is how we are getting hold of it. Then here is our plugin name, here is our Android plugin as well, and inside ready we just check if engine has a singleton. If yes, then we just create an Android plugin and also connect our signal. So this is my signal name, so once this is called, this particular method will get called, and here you can see I have defined that method. Once I have the data, I just display it inside our label, but you can do whatever you feel like. So this will be the array of so here it will be string, but you will have to again convert it back to a list. And here inside on button press we just call get all files, which is the method which we have defined inside our Android side. So yeah, I think that should be it. Yeah, previously in Godot 4.2.0 we had to do all this stuff as well, but I don't think this is necessary. But yeah, in case if you are facing issue, maybe you can check out this as well. But apart from that, yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.